Satan is alive, and he's running in the town tonight.
Blog Talk Radio.
Mentality. Welcome to the firing range. This is the Anarchy Rebel Airwaves 2015. Here we go.
All right. Live caller on the air. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right. Would you like to introduce yourself to start this off?
Yeah, this is Donovan Gwynn. I'm head of Mosh Rising, a music company. And it's on hiatus right now, but it's going to be getting back up soon.
All right. And you were, for those of you who do not know, you were the co-host at one point of this show.
Yeah. Long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, those were interesting times. Nevertheless, on this episode of the firing range, the Swansong before the Deadlight 9 FM pirate radio station launches in August, tonight we will be interviewing Human Pollution, talking about their new song 7 Billion Dead, as well as the recent album.
And you can find even more information on Deadlight 9 this Saturday night when I interview God himself on live stream. Tune into that, it'll be longer. Far along from the days on Blog Talk Radio where the firing range used to invade other people's broadcasts and have all the famous technical difficulties. Along with all the other charismatic, revolutionary banter we speak. Now let's do this shit! Yeah! Now, let me tell you an unsung truth. Video stores, pizza parlors, and late-night television are the backbone of this nation. And so is Pantera. And props to the beginning of the Fringe era on Raw tonight. Ruthless aggression is back, motherfucker. Recent controversial events across the... And as you can find the Undying podcast that we did a few months ago, we were actually turned down by a fake pirate radio station who charges $5,000 who shall not be named, so fuck them too.
Before that, though, we don't exactly have the time to sum up all the topics since this is Blog Talk, and it is a good reason it's the last show on Blog Talk before the one on the station. So I'll just go through this right now. You've all been stigmatized.
Picture this. Down in an industrial dystopian society, blazing and ravaging across the highway at midnight in a big-ass tank, joining the mayhem while blasting balls to the wall by accept across a land. An overdramatic description? Hardly. But seriously, there ain't no talking straight into the headset, buzzingly putting people to sleep like NPR or any bullshit like that on this show. Now, this is a multi-million-dollar studio right here.
Now, I'll tell you this. All right, recent news stories, just skim through these. All right, music piracy in Norway is virtually eliminated. Oh, and apparently they're trying to strip MCs of their rockers and failing miserably at it. Gay marriage legalized. Confederate flag bullshit. Disturbed is back. Shamrock versus Kimbo was staged. Dusty Rhodes and Christopher Lee passed away. The revival of naval privateers is apparently running wild in the land. Savage is apparently becoming a trend word in this fucked up nation. Donald Trump is running for president. NXT is taking over wrestling. Game of Thrones theories running wild. Jade Helm conspiracies running wild. Running wild getting back together at Vakken this year. Floyd Mayweather is still a Rudy Poo son of a bitch. Los Pollos Hermanos is apparently being turned into a real chicken restaurant chain. Blabbermouth depressing rock is dead, BS stories, fuck you, Gene Simmons, more hipster bullshit, more political correctness bullshit, Charles Manson is married to a 24-year-old, and Twitter is still bigger than Jesus. That's about it. You like to weigh in on that?
I think you summed up pretty good, but, like, Donald Trump, you caught me there.
Super Cena!
Fuck your ass!
Yeah. As soon as you said Donald Trump, I wanted to bang my head against the wall. I can't believe that idiot's running for president.
A few things before we start the human pollution interview I'd like to talk about. You were talking, you have your own station, Mosh Rising. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's not up just yet. However, I'm planning on getting a radio show started. And if I sound a bit stuffy, it's because of allergies, so forgive me. But anyway, the Mosh Rising, it's a organization that I started that is first going to start off with on a site and radio show. And it's going to be consisting of interviewing bands such as what you're doing right now. But currently it's just a website, and I, like I said, it's on hiatus, but I go discuss anything that's music-worthy. So, like, anything, what I plan on doing, like, anything that is up, that needs to be discussed, I'll go up and talk about it.
Gotcha. We'll talk about that a little more later. We're going to start a human pollution interview right now. Hold on a second. Switchboard. We lost a caller. We'll see if they try again. As I said, Twitter is still bigger than Jesus, and Manson married to a 24-year-old. All right, live caller, you're on the air. Is this human pollution?
This is Joe Phipps of Human Pollution. You are correct, sir.
All right, hey, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing all right. I'm at work right now. It's hot as fuck. But, man, you invited me to call in. I'm grateful for the opportunity. Fucking, you're making my day right now. Making my night.
All right, well,
rumor has it that you guys are going to be playing 7 Billion Dead.
Yes, at the end of the show, we are going to play new human pollution song, 7 Billion Dead tonight. It's a great song. Let's start off by talking a little bit about that. Where did the inspiration for the lyrics and production go with that?
Man, besides hating fucking every human being on Earth, a lot of people think it's about extinction. It kind of is, but moreover, it's the equality thing. Everybody on the internet is talking about gays, and everybody's talking about rich against poor. Everybody's talking about those bullshit, and I can't help but think how all that petty bullshit would disappear if the power grid went down. Literally, they wouldn't be able to print money. There'd be no water, no electricity, utilities. Probably stage something, some kind of terrorist attack against, utilities. Everything would go down. All of a sudden, the poor people would eat the rich people, like quite literally eat them. And I just incorporated all of this bullshit into the song about, pickiness and just all the little petty bullshit we go through from day to day, how instant everything is. Everybody would just fucking die. And the strong would, theoretically survive. I don't know how many billion people there are on Earth now. I didn't really do that much research.
It's around 7 billion.
What's that now?
I think it's about 7 billion.
Oh, I still didn't hear you, man. I think you're cutting out a little bit. I might be.
Oh, see, I was saying that in the show. No, that's why.
Anyway, if the power grid went down, I guess you and me wouldn't be able to talk right now the way we are. So we should be grateful for what we got. But it's very feeble. All this bullshit can just shut off any minute now. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, I remember reading all the stories about, not stories, conspiracies for the last 2 years about the power grid, and it's scary shit, but who knows?
Dude, I'm telling you, man, they put the word conspiracy on that shit, but you can't really use the word conspiracy considering that it's a physical item. This electricity that we're using is a physical item that goes from the power line to power line, and all these power lines are all hooked together on this big ass web all across the earth, and they're all hooked together like lights on a Christmas tree. If one of the major ones goes down, you've got a big fucking problem there. And they know, and when I say they, I use that word loosely, but they know that we depend on the internet to communicate with one another the same way that we are right now. Without power, we wouldn't be able to do that. If they wanted to take over in what they, the conspiracists were to call a one world government, that's the first thing they would go after is the power grid. And they would also blame it on somebody else, some kind of foreign new team of colored people across the seas who are out to get us, and that would be the first step. Right. But what their misunderstanding is how powerful people are in groups when they're hungry. I'm almost certain that if they did go for this and the power grid went down for whatever reason, the people with the most money would try to buy their way out of the situation, but eventually they would, like I said, quite literally get eaten.
Food for the globalists, indeed. And I don't know if this was mentioned in any part of the song, but there was a recent news story about a mass extinction event that is apparently scientifically predicted between now and the next, I believe, 70 or so years. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this.
Yes, sir. I was familiar with it a bit before the song. Man, the song has... I wish I could say I said it first, because the song has been in progress for about 8 months now. The study came out about 6 months ago, so considering the song literally dropped yesterday, it makes it seem like I'm just now catching on. But what they're trying to say is species of all kinds all over the earth are dying very quickly at like a 40% rate. And the rate of which they're dropping off is way faster than they did at the end of Cretaceous period, where species are just altogether disappearing. An example everyone's familiar with is bees. Bees are just the tip of the iceberg here. And, of course, there's no stranger to the reason why. Everybody knows the reason why. Is because, it's all gritty, it's all dingy around here. We've fucked everything up. There's oil everywhere, and it's all stinky. Bees don't like that, so they don't know where to go. They just die. But we separate ourselves from the bees and the animals. We think we're separate, like we're gonna survive our own bullshit because we did it. It's not like that. Mother Nature will survive us. Mother Nature will kill us. We'll die first, just like the bees. We'll just fucking die. Like, there's no escaping our own bullshit, And, scientifically speaking, they're absolutely right. They can see it happening. It's not like some kind of conspiracy. There is no conspiracy. Animals are getting whales are just floating up on beaches and just fucking dying. Entire colonies of bees, species everywhere, humans even, are dying because they live on islands made out of trash. You won't see that on the news,
And it's like what you said in the McBullshit song about what's actually going into food at these fast food chains.
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh. Again, yeah, no conspiracy there. That song came because I just read the ingredients. It's a lot of people like to conspiracize and talk about what ifs and what if all that bullshit. Human pollution's a bit more direct, man. When it comes to McBullshit, that is quite literally. The lyrics are quite literally just listing the ingredients, and then quite literally telling you the health effects of the ingredients, and then by the second verse, quite literally telling you why. Because, by adding these bullshit ingredients instead of food, they save a pretty penny, and they pass the savings on to us, but we don't know the consequences, so to speak. People wonder why kids nowadays are allergic to everything. Kids are allergic to peanuts now, and peanuts are very healthy. It's like, you wonder why kids have an allergic reaction to something healthy. It's because their bodies are now malformed to take in chemicals. So now whenever they take in whole wheat, their body breaks out in hives. It's like, there's something wrong here,
I get what you're saying, yeah, and also I at least I interpreted kind of an underlying message between the direct attack at, or whatever attack maybe at McDonald's, that maybe it's not just what you see, but beyond surface value, it's a quality over convenience type situation.
Absolutely. Oh man, we're teaching our kids convenience, and it's not just McDonald's, it's everything. You can you can do anything now in a second. And when it comes to music, if it doesn't suck, then if it's not awesome the first 2 seconds, then it sucks. Or, when it comes to food, when it comes to the essentials, again, when it comes to electricity, blah, 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 all these things now are very instant. Whenever I was a kid, I had very limited access to any technology whatsoever. I actually kind of grew up in a furnished barn, so to speak. And whenever I was to make music for the first time when I was 14 years old, I had to use my sister's karaoke machine and a washing machine for drums. And I had this old dingy acoustic guitar and an old, Casio, fucking keyboard. And I made the most ambient fucking sounds I could. But I learned the hard way that, building up through time creates evolution. It creates discipline. It makes me what I am today. Man, I can't imagine being my son and growing up in this day and age where you can just make a beat on your iPhone. You can just go to McDonald's and eat a sandwich. And it's so fucking instant that all of a sudden, if something takes a little bit of work, you're out. You're fucking done. You give up on it. It's like, and people wonder why kids nowadays aren't showing up to work. I ain't finishing college. I ain't finishing projects. So they lack creativity. They lack discipline. I should have said that in Chinese accent. My bad. They lack everything that you need today, that you need yesterday to survive, or that you need to survive in a world without a power grid, is being lacked thereof by all of the youth today. They're not going to know their ass from their elbow when it comes time to throw down and survive, And I do have a son, by the way, who is, of course, going to be a victim to this world of instantaneous fucking unqualitable bullshit. I got to fight that, though. I got to do the best I can to make sure that he understands the payoff of long, hard fucking work. Because, yeah. I mean, shit, I know that you didn't just get this radio show yesterday. You didn't just inherit this shit. You worked hard for it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I just, when I was a teenager, I just thought, I got shit to say, and there's shit to say that I can't say in my own music. So, I had to, of course, you want a good station, but, sometimes you have to use freeware that only gives you 30 minutes, And,
I'm telling you, man, yeah. And, dude, just by doing what you're doing right now, you're a little bit further than what you were before. This fucking 10 minutes that we're having together, man, is something that no one will ever fucking take away from us. Literally, this will be embedded into the internet wave so long as we have a power grid system up and running, which hopefully will be a long time to come. But this experience that we're sharing right now, dude, is fucking in our brains and our souls forever, man, and no one can ever take that away, And this being one more step further, I feel as if it's gratifying. I had to take the time off of work to call in. I did these things, and it wasn't instant. However, in sort of a way, it kind of is because we're on the internet right now. But but in a way, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
I do exactly.
We work for it.
You gotta get what you use. I mean, right when my band, we've jammed in all kinds of shitty places, behind the Best Buy, corner of a music store, a meth town storage unit. We use by use. And I mean, this thing was just crawling with morbid shit. Mosquito larvae and rum stains and cum stains. I don't even want to mention anything, but you take what you use. I get what you're saying. And I guess it builds character, man. I'm glad you did that because now you have that and you can tell me that. And by telling me that helps me push the envelope, Indeed. I can't say I have a lot of hope for this so-called Generation Z or whatever they're calling people born after whatever.
Right. Well, man, dude, you can't, and that's another thing. We can't necessarily blame them. It's like if you raise a child with an iPad, he's going to have a lot of trouble with a book.
Right. I mean, at a certain point, you got to blame the individual. The parenting,
sure, yeah.
Man.
Yes, definitely, man. Well, I mean, you could bring it down to anything. You could boil it down to schools. You could boil it down to the food. You could boil it down to, some people do it with video games. Some people blame the parents. Some people blame the drugs. Some people blame the music, And eventually you got to do exactly what you're saying is come down to the individual and remove the ego and say, what's going on here? What's going on inside? Why are you such a rotten asshole? Why are you attracted to rotten assholes? Why do you become a rotten asshole when you hang out with fucking other rotten assholes. Like, what is that? People do this to each other, and then they go out and they spread it. It's malignant. They hate on each other. It's a hobby now. Fucking people hate. They wear T-shirts that says "I'm a hater." You know, there's no more love anymore. It's getting really skimp. It's very corporate, man. It's all productivity now. Like, everybody is very fast. Everybody's go, go, go. No one enjoys themselves. No one goes fishing anymore. Everyone's very, what can I do to get to my next tomorrow, you know?
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. That's why I say, silly shit like Twitter is bigger than Jesus in 2015, because it's this social media disease. It's this
dude, the guy who invented Facebook was on the cover of Time magazine right next to Jesus. They share the same magazine cover. They're the same now. Dude, it's unbelievable, and that's at Walmart, man. So you just, if you're 5 and you're walking past the magazine shelf at Walmart and you see fucking Mr. Zuckerberg right there next to fucking Jesus, dude, your brain is still learning. Your subconscious is still growing. You're 4 or 5 years old, and all of a sudden, you've got this not even subliminal, but outright blatant message that says that this fucking Zuckerberg character is the same as Jesus. It's fucking absolutely arbitrary. And just the other day, my 13-year-old son was upset about something on Facebook. And it was a message he was having back and forth with somebody on Facebook, and I asked him, how could you be upset about this? He said, how could you not be upset about this? And I thought about that for a second. He actually, think about it, it's because he was born into this. I don't recognize anything on Facebook to be real because it didn't exist. To me, it's like a fucking phase. It's digital. It's fake. It doesn't really even exist. But he was born, boom, right into this Facebook thing. So to him, it's real. And then I started to understand these kids take this shit seriously because they were born into it, And as they continue to take these things seriously, the shit that is for real, shit that is fucking serious, they're drawing a blind eye to, man.
Well,
man.
I'm just gonna.
And one other topic I want to bring out about the whole quality over convenience, the dedication thing is, I remember the Carlinville show at the Parkboard building you guys played a month or so back. Yeah. One thing I want to mention about that is, how exactly did that come to be that you guys booked on the show? Because I understood that a metalcore acts and then an industrial band with not the most Sunday school lyrics gets booked.
Right. It all comes down to not being able to fit in anywhere. We do rock shows, we do rap shows, and whatever. We stopped asking questions a long time ago. We get turned down by the metal guys now. Not on a regular basis, but there was one show in particular that they asked us to do, and the venue was known for having rap and rock and metal. So I said, hey, what is this? Is this rap or metal? And they very cluelessly contacted me back, like, what the fuck are you talking about? I thought you guys were metal. And I was like, okay, I don't want to get into it, but I was just asking you so I know what to play. And so it as weird as it is, as hard as we are, as aggressive as the music gets, we played these music festivals, Purge Fest, with rappers, juggalos, these technicians, these fucking new age fucking things I never thought I would ever fit in with, and all of a sudden they're buying more merchandise, listening to the music, they're vibing with it better than any fucking metal show I've ever done. No, don't get me wrong, the metalheads still love us. We still love the metalheads. We got nothing but love for everybody out there, but it's so strange. And exactly how you said, how did we end up at a metalcore show with like these long-haired kids with the metal T-shirts, and all of a sudden we're walking in there with computers and machines and keyboards and shit. We don't fit in. And the answer to that is because we don't fucking fit in with anybody, man. But in a way, I'm kind of proud of that.
In 2015, where industrial, which I define industrial as incredibly broad range of acts. I don't really see that industrial dead, but I don't really see anybody bringing anything new to the table. But I think that human pollution is some of the most original shit I've heard in years.
Right. My wife calls it mechanical metal. My keyboardist calls it dark funk. Somebody else, I think, called it death reggae. And for some reason, no one's calling it industrial. I tend to call it industrial because there's keyboards and computers and shit, but at the end of the day, there's no zippity-zap noises and little PlayStation 2 blips and stuff like that you hear in industrial music so regularly. We literally we beat on barrels and lead pipes, and we smash washing machines, and we hit glass, and we record it, and then we manipulate the sound, pitch shift it, put distortion on it. And I guess if that's the industrial, that's cool, but it's more or less just bullshit that comes out of a junkyard, you know? I've heard a 5-piece drum kit so many times in my fucking life that I'll be damned if I just don't even have one. You know, I've heard the electric guitar. You know, you got your drop D electric guitar and some guy yelling. I hear that fucking so much that I'll be damned if I just don't have any room for it, you know? And if I'm not going to go and do that, because then I would just be second best, you know? Figured I would do something that no one's done yet, so that way, if it's unsatisfactory to somebody else, I'd be like, well, you know, that's just where I'm at right now, you know. Shit, you know what? Speaking of all this bullshit, dude, I'm blowing past my break right now. I gotta get back to work. I'm on the production line, bro.
All right, we got about a minute till 7 billion dead. Any last thoughts you can say about that?
Man, I can't wait till you guys play it. I'm hoping I can get a podcast of this show to spread to my fans. If you can send me a link, I'm gonna spread you guys to everyone. Yeah, all my polluted people and everyone listening right now. I really hope you stick around for 7 billion dead. Even if it's not your cup of tea, there's some shit to take away from it, man. Go buy some canned goods.
All right. Yes.
Hey, thanks, bro, man. Hey, anytime I can call in again, man, let me know, all right?
All right. Well, thanks for your time, and we'll be playing the song, and I'll send you the link after the show. All right. Here is 7
Good deal, man. Hey, thank you.
Human pollution. Here we go.
They want equality. Then let's give them equality. We should depopulate and rid the scum of the earth, resort to genocide, and we can thin out the herd, 'cause the majority of people already sleep. Their good is dead to me, so past the point of helping. I would kill every politician, every lawyer, every judge, every single fucking company to bullet for his gun. Democrats and Republicans and liberals are alike. If you fell for that lie, there's no excuse for your life. If you ball on a small, help us floating in space, and yet the very big responsible for killing our race is us. It's us. If everyone fucking died, I wouldn't feel a thing. If everyone in this life just passed me by, I am too advanced for this world that they have built for me. I don't expect you to understand. If I could, I would execute every man. I cannot give in to ever try to fit in for you, and you don't want me to. I disregard human life. You can't leave me behind, 'cause I am already alone. I'm already alone. A bunker at the White House, tearing up the Pentagon, chasing down the feds. Burn with their own gasoline, hanging by the neck is running, shoot 'em in the heads. The marching goes my way, they start to finally get it when the chaos starts to reign. Everyone is singing, fighting in the country of night, but it's the new rain. Nobody can see it's a second, this is the brink of extinction, there is no safe place to be in. Suddenly not thinking about the war he choose. A couple days tops before you murder for food. Spread your wings, steps, set sail on our land. Every problem is solved if you eliminate man. You won't feel a thing if everyone in this life left me behind. world that they have built for me. I'm already alone. I'm alone.
All right, we got about 45 seconds left of the show. Are you still there?
Yes, I am.
All right, as you can see, we're running short on time. All right, last thing I want to say is Deadlight 9 FM, Pirate Radio, August 21st, the firing range is moving. More information will be on the show when I interview God himself this Saturday night on live stream. All right, co-host, anything you want to plug and say in the last 15 seconds?
No, but I'm going to be hoping to be on that show and see what the hell is going to go on when you interview him.
This Saturday, we got 4 seconds, 3 seconds, and I'll book you for it.
Thanks.
All right, I guess we're off air. We're talking into cyberspace now.
I guess so.
All right, yeah, I mean, that's going to be either Saturday or Sunday on live stream. I'll give you the number. That will be a longer show because that's my own site. So, yeah, yes, I will be interviewing God himself.
Do you want me to be coming over on that day?
Sure. I'll text you about it. Oh,
hey,
fuck.
will do.
We're live on the air still. This is all notorious for technical difficulties, you know.
That's
Anyways,
awesome.
Yeah, I'll text you about it. We got to get off air. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. See you next time, people.
Thanks to co-host and thanks to Human Pollution. Rebel Airwaves.
Super Cena!
Fuck your ass!